Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, John and Kristianna are having a baby, and it sounds like John might have gotten with Kristianna's sister. Holy crap, we have some crazy Love After Lockup news. So many of you amazing people were sending me this like Reddit thread, I guess, of pictures of Kristianna, and if you could look at her, belly, she's got a baby in there, it appears. So let's first off look at these pictures that have been circulating all over. There's one of the ones right there. We can zoom in, and yeah, she either gained a ton of weight, no offense to Kristianna, or she's having a baby. But if you look at this picture right there, from a side angle, it actually does look like she is having a baby. The other thing I was thinking though also is, wait a second, is that even Kristianna? Because she is masked and she looks a little bit different, but then I saw this picture and look who it is, Prince Charming himself, John, good old John. So yeah, that is Kristianna, that is John, and it looks like they have a baby on the way. Now here is the weird thing with this whole situation is Love After Lockup, the show, is doing some like mid-season, I don't even know. They're like doing like another season of Life After Lockup. It really makes no sense because Lindsay and Scott, and I think even possibly Destiny and Sean, I believe are done filming. So now they're bringing in like another couple, and one of these couples is John and Kristianna. Here's the catch though. Kristianna, if you don't remember, went to jail. She was still in jail. Here's kind of the weird thing. If you don't remember, Kristianna's mom and sister, I'm blanking on her name, but they also moved in with John because they had nowhere to go and that kind of a thing, and John actually welcomed them into his house. But here is the infamous catch. We saw in a preview for the next episode or episodes of this new season of Life After Lockup that, oh my god, guess who is getting together and is possibly shacking up now? Yeah, you guessed right if you guessed John and Kristianna's freaking sister. I am at a loss of words. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think besides just disgusting. But yeah, we got to see, this is basically the little snippet we got to see was John was on the phone with Kristianna. I don't know when this was filmed, but she was like, I get out in like a month. So I can only imagine one of two things. Either the season we saw of, Kristianna running off to the halfway house and whatnot, that was filmed like a year or two ago. That's a possibility. Or, she was supposed to be back in jail for a year. So maybe she went back and then they were just like, you know what, you're doing good, you're doing better, blah, blah, blah. You can leave in a couple months. So maybe that's what happened? I don't know. But either way, she called John and said, I'm getting out in a month. And he was happy. He was ready to go. Next thing you know, we turn the clip over to John sitting in his bed, and a girl walks in with, not a heck of a lot on. And I go, oh my god, that is Kristianna's sister. And even Kristianna's mom, who, let me just say, she really kept to herself. I mean, she seems like kind of a person that kind of tells it like how it is. She keeps to herself. She was even just like, what are you two doing? And at one point, I even saw in the preview that they do a little bit of, smooching. So I was just like, oh my freaking god. Are you kidding me? I thought John was crazy. I actually thought the sister was kind of normal. I guess not, because you gotta be out of your mind to do what I can't even imagine what they are doing. And now the million-dollar question is, well, okay, we just saw this recent picture of John and Kristianna in Vegas, and she's carrying a third member of their family. So are they still together? Because it's like she must know that John and Kristianna's sister did a little something something. So is she okay with it? Are they in a three-way relationship? What in God's name is going on? Unbelievable. This is why I freaking love this show. This amazing, hilarious, crazy drama-filled show. It is unbelievable. So comment below what you guys are thinking. What is going through your guys' head? I can only imagine you guys are all pretty normal people. I can only imagine you guys are probably picking up your jaw from the floor after hearing what I just said about John and Kristianna's sister. And you're probably also, scooping up your throw up after I explained everything. So it is just disgusting, weird, crazy, and unbelievable. But while we're on the topic of love, life, whatever you want to call it, love after lockup, we got to see an episode a day or so ago, and we got to see some interesting things. Number one, we saw Scott T, Bradshaw, and Lindsay. And okay, you know what? I mean, if I worked on this show, I would just do one of these. I'd get my phone, dial 911 and say, y'all better come over here and pick up Lindsay. It sounds like eventually Scott does actually call the cops and get her arrested. That's what it sounds like based off his Facebook. We did not see that on the episode. In fact, we actually saw the complete opposite, because after Lindsay completely destroyed his office and just did a bunch of really crazy crap, she ended up going out in her car and she was talking to the producers of Love After Lockup, and they were kind of like, you know, what are you going to do? Where are you going to go? Because remember, Lindsay does not pay even a cent of rent, and she goes, I'm staying here. I'm a tenant. He can't kick me out. This, that. It's like, what? No, you're nothing. You don't pay rent. You destroyed his office. You are crazy, and get out. And, you know, I don't know what is going to happen. If I was Scott, I would call the cops immediately. It sounds like he does eventually, but he didn't immediately. Not totally sure, but oh my God. Let me also say, too, a couple, I don't even know, maybe it was just one person was like, I thought you liked Lindsay. Let me just make this real clear. No, I do not like her. I do not stand up for her. I do not care for her. I think she is literally out of her mind. I think she is on something. I don't know what. I don't know what she could be on to make her like that, but I think she is on something. And no, not a fan of Lindsay. Let me just clear that up right now. And then there was Sean and Destiny. This was kind of interesting. Here's the scoop with them. Destiny, she has her final court date, this stupid, ridiculous court that we have been talking about all season that she has to go to. I thought it was just one court. Apparently, it is 2 court dates, and if she doesn't go to this one, Scott has to pay $50,000 because he is the freaking dumbest person in the whole world, and he agreed to basically put the money on the line, I guess, if she doesn't go to court, because the guy's a moron. I'm sorry, but that is the case. So that's what happened, and of course it's in California. Destiny, she woke up, she was staying at her sister's house. Her sister woke up, and Destiny was nowhere to be found, so she was freaking out, kind of, even though she was just like, I don't even care. But Sean, who lives in Vegas, flew to California that night. He was like, I want to be there for it because I love her. And I'm just watching this thinking, you know what, Sean, you don't care about her. You just care about your money, and he has every right to. It is $50,000. The guy probably just about makes $50,000 a year. He has every right to care, but I'm still just like, dude, shut up. And what do you think you're going to do? It's not like you're gonna, you know, because he goes to the courthouse, so he flies in the night before. He, I guess, rents a car, drives to the courthouse, and then he's like, you know, waiting for Destiny. But it's like, what are you gonna do being there? It makes no bit of a difference if you're there or not there. It makes, like, you're not gonna, what are you gonna do, drag her in and bring, like, it doesn't make any bit of a difference. So that was stupid. I was like, why is this guy even here? But he shows up, and the little we saw was Destiny was not there. However, it does look like she is driving to court, and she said that she's hiding some huge secret. So I'm watching this thinking, what is her secret? What could this girl be hiding? Are you gonna run away? I mean, she can't be going too far because she had the producers and the film crew of Love After Lockup in her car because she was driving. But she was like, I'm hiding a secret that I haven't even told my sister. And I'm just like, what? The only thing I can imagine is she has another man, maybe? What else could it possibly be? I don't know. I don't care. I think she is freaking crazy and a step below in the crazy level, though, of her compared to Lindsay. And then we saw Andrea and Lamar. This is kind of a touchy subject. Basically, long story short, they were in a gigantically huge fight because Lamar brought his younger daughter to go and see his older daughter, who is not with Andrea, but with a different woman named Shantae. Andrea freaked out. It was kind of a double-edged sword, though, because Andrea was claiming that, you know, because Lamar did tell his younger daughter, don't tell your mom, let's keep this a secret. And Andrea was like, I'm mad at you for telling her to keep a secret, blah, blah, blah. That might have been true. I feel like what was kind of going on deep down, though, was Andrea was jealous. She does not want Lamar to have a relationship with Shantae, and it's kind of this elephant in the room thing. So finally, you know, Andrea ran out to a hotel. She was super mad. Long, stupid, you know, story short, she came back to the house, she cooled down, Lamar had flowers, and he worded it exactly to a T how I would have. And let me also just say, I'm team kid. For Shantae, I'm Team Shantae. Look, Andrea, you married into this situation. You need to kind of come in with open arms and welcome her. She is your stepdaughter. She should not be the one that has to welcome you and come with you with open arms. You got to give it to her. That's how I feel like. You are the adult, Andrea, and you have to show her you have all this love. And so she's doing the complete opposite, and I feel like the way Lamar worded it was like he was just like, hey, my daughter Shantae feels like you do not want me to have a relationship with her. And Andrea was like, that's not true. But then she kind of went on and was kind of calling Shantae rude and things like that. And I was like, well, you kind of just said that. So I'm Team Lamar and Shantae. I hope to freaking God Andrea can open her eyes and just realize that, you know what, I should, you know, talk to Shantae, open up to her, be more lovingly not even motherly, but just more of a friend and be there for her. And maybe they can kind of build this family relationship. It's amazing to see that Lamar wants to have a relationship with her. He's trying. He actually seems to be a pretty great guy. I like Andrea too. I liked her a little bit less after I kind of heard this whole Shantae drama. I didn't think that was cool, and it kind of honestly made me mad that she was just kind of going against Shantae when it's like, you know what, you're the step parent, you gotta be there for her, and you need to be there with open arms. That is at least just my take. And here was an interesting one. It kind of seems scripted though. This is what happened. What's his name? What is his name? Quaylen flew in, who I actually kind of somewhat sort of like, but he flew in, and I don't know where Chevelle was. Chevelle was at some amusement park with her daughter and her cousin D-Mark, and this was where it kind of got weird because somehow he knew that's where they were, and Chevelle kind of told him, but anyway, he flew in with like a suitcase, and somehow the guy ended up apparently walking like miles and miles and miles. That's what seemed kind of fake, but he ended up finding out because he called Chevelle's daughter. Somehow she has a phone, which once again, it's like, what on earth does Chevelle do for money? What does she do for work? Because she's so, you know, successful, and they have a nice car, and this, that, and the other, and her daughter, who's 5 years old, has a cell phone, a nice cell phone, a literal nicer cell phone than mine. It's like, what does she do? But anyway, he called her, she picked up, she was like, we're at the, you know, by the stupid thing, the thing that goes, I don't even know, the thing that goes around and around, whatever that even, I'm just, this goes to show how dumb I am, but yeah, they're around the thing that goes around and around, and all of a sudden, somehow Quaylen was able to piece it together, which I feel like that is, kind of fake, and I mean, let's just look at it, you know, realistically. They had a camera crew. Chevelle and her daughter and her cousin D-Mark had a Love After Lockup camera crew with them. Okay, Quaylen had a Love After Lockup camera crew with them. I'm sure they just talked to each other and said, okay, they're down the street, and they probably came with a car, but, you know, Quaylen acted like he walked his bag miles and miles and miles, and, you know, hey, Chevelle had a big old smile on her face. She was so happy to see him, and she was like, this tells me that, hey, you know, the guy's trying. He wants to make it work. Feel like he kind of loves her for her heart, but I kind of think he's not there for her physically. I'm not saying Chevelle is not physically attractive. I think she's attractive. She is a catch. But I just feel like Chevelle made some comments that physically he was never really there in that romantic side ever since he got out, and I just kind of think, you know what? I don't think he's really there. I could be wrong, you know, I'm sure not seeing everything, but he came. I can only imagine Chevelle's daughter's ecstatic because she literally calls the guy dad, which I do think is a little bit too soon, but hey, it's cute to see their relationships. I like them. But, you know, Chevelle was happy. The kind of the elephant in the room, though, was D-Mark, her cousin, because he does not like Quaylen. He thinks he knows Quaylen, and maybe he does know him, or not knows, but just can read him, and maybe he can read him. I don't know. He thinks that, you know, Quaylen's using Chevelle. It could be possible. I hope that's not true. In a perfect world, Quaylen and D-Mark can become buddy-buddy, and they can be with, you know, Chevelle, and they can be happily ever after. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but I have a hunch, a little hunch, that Chevelle and Quaylen are gonna at least attempt to work things out. Oh, and you wouldn't believe who we also saw. We saw two more couples. The first one, who I love these two. They're nice to me. They but they were very nice. Shane and Lacey, they are nice freaking people, at least on Instagram. So I root for them, but I'm kind of annoyed with them. And maybe it's just the show. Maybe they want drama. I'll keep it real short. We're still in this whole Lacey, Shane, John love triangle thing crap. It makes no sense. It's really annoying. I'm kind of getting sick and tired of it. We got to see that Lacey's dad, who I freaking love, and I love his relationship with Shane because they're kind of buddy-buddy. They were golfing, and Lacey's dad, because Lacey just told her dad about the whole John reaching out to her. Well, immediately, you know, Lacey's dad turned around and told Shane, and Shane was upset. Now, is it true? Is it scripted? Is it fake? God only freaking knows. I don't know why this freaking crazy John guy would still be talking to Lacey. You know, it's like, dude, it has to be fake, but maybe it's real. I don't know. Starting to kind of get annoying. We got to see Shane go back to his house. Hey, let me say one thing. Lacey's kids love him, which that's cool. They look up to the guy like he's a dad. That was actually kind of cool. I mean, I'm telling you, I like Lacey and Shane. I just feel like this segment is kind of fake. So then, you know, of course, Shane was talking about being honest and having morals, and it's like, oh my God, this seems so scripted. But then he told her that, you know, Lacey's dad told him about John. Lacey seemed like she was kind of lying. It also seemed like she was kind of acting, so God only knows if it's even real. But they went back and forth, whatever, that was about it. And I saved the best for freaking last. That would be Puppy and Amber. Now, this is one of the weirdest situations ever that well, maybe not even ever, because we did just say that John is now, you know, he was shacking up with Kristianna's sister, so that's pretty weird. This is kind of weird too, though. We all know what's going on. Amber and Puppy, they were kind of together. They're definitely BFFs. They're best friends. They were kind of somewhat together while Amber was out of jail and while Puppy was still there, but now Puppy is out. They're living at Puppy's house, and it just kind of felt like Amber was disconnected from Puppy in a romantic way, and Puppy noticed it right away. Puppy was saying it. She doesn't seem really connected or interested, and it's like she just kind of seems distant. I thought, well, I can kind of notice that too, but now we can basically confirm, because in the last episode, we saw that Puppy was calling up her boo, who is actually a man, and is also in jail. So she's like dating a man, which is weird because Puppy thinks she's in a relationship with Amber. So it does look not, you know, great for Amber. I don't know what happens with her and Puppy. I know they are BFFs. I kind of wish Amber would have handled it a little bit differently. Maybe kind of sit her down and just tell her. I mean, that's what I would have done. But see, now the weird thing with me is I'm kind of thinking, oh, you know what? Amber, I bet you, because let me say, she was living with Puppy's mom, and I bet you, if she's, you know, called Puppy when she was still in jail and said, hey, I'm talking to this other man, I love you, you are my best friend, but I'm dating a man. I bet you Amber was probably afraid that Puppy was going to kick her out of her mom's house. So that's probably, possibly, maybe not, but that could be why she didn't want to tell her. But in the episode, they were going at it for sure. And it's just kind of like, you know what, you're teasing Puppy. Puppy is like madly in love with you. And I don't think Amber loves her like that, honestly. I really just don't. I mean, maybe she'll mess around, do this, that, and the other, but I think she just wants to be with a man. And I don't think she even has any interest in a romantic fashion at all to be with Puppy, which is kind of sad. I feel like she's kind of leading her on and not really cool. So we're going to have to wait and see what actually goes down and happens with them. But I just have a hunch that Puppy's going to be super upset when she finds out that Amber is now dating a man. So, wow. This show is unbelievable. And the people on it are even more unbelievable. I don't even know. I'm at a loss of words. I don't even know what to freaking say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have nothing else to say besides, wow, I love this show. But definitely, if you enjoyed the video, it'd mean the world to me to do a couple things. Number one, please hit that like button, hit the comments below, hit the subscribe button, and y'all better stay tuned for many more videos.